Welcome students. Hope you all are safe and studying properly. Today we are going to start the chapter 6 and the name of the chapter is Understanding Our Criminal Justice System. Children, before starting the chapter, I would like to recall you the chapter Judiciary in which you have discussed about the function of court. You have also studied some of the significant differences between criminal cases and civil cases. So, we are going to discuss in this chapter our criminal justice system. It is very important to know that what is a crime and what type of cases are going to be called as criminal cases. Violation of law and crime against society is considered as criminal case. These cases are murder, theft, dowry, etc. Children, basically in this chapter we will discuss that how the process takes place, or you can say that how these type of cases are going to be done. What process takes place. Second, who are the key players play their significant role in whole procedure. These people are police, public prosecutor, defense lawyer and judge. So, to know this whole process, let's consider a story given in the chapter.
This is the story of stealing a gold chain. There is a domestic worker named Shanti in the family of Mr. and Mrs. Shinde. Mrs. Shinde complains against Shanti for stealing her gold chain. Shanti refuses, but both are not agree to listen her. They went to Shanti's house and searched there. Mr. Shinde finds an envelope with rupees 10,000 from Shanti's trunk. After seeing amount, he screams at Shanti. Shanti clears that she and her brother have been deposited this amount to buy a bull, but Mr. Shinde is not agreed to listen her or even to trust her. They went to the police station to complain against Shanti and her brother Sushil. Sub-Inspector Mr. Rao writes Mr. Shinde's FIR and start investigation. Mr. Rao investigates Shanti's house, interrogates her and found rupees 10,000 as evidence. After that, he arrests Shanti and sent her into the jail. Shanti's brother requested Mr. Rao to release his sister, but both were kept in police custody and beaten by the police. They were tried to confess in police custody. Although the court granted bail after a month, but due to poverty, Shanti couldn't pay rupees 20,000 and continued to be in jail. Police files a charge sheet in the magistrate court. Shanti tells the court that she cannot afford a defense lawyer in her favor. So, the magistrate appoints advocate Kamla Roy as Shanti's defense lawyer at the government's expenses. Children, here one point is very noticeable, that fundamental rights are guaranteed by our Indian Constitution. Under Article 22, these fundamental rights are given to every arrested person. Article 39A of Constitution places a duty on the state to provide a lawyer to any citizen who is unable to get a lawyer due to poverty. After magistrate's order for trial, public prosecutor appears in the case on behalf of the state. He inquires about the case from Mr. and Mrs. Shinde's side. whereas Advocate Roy cross-examines Mrs. Shinde and justifies the court that Shanti did not steal the gold chain. Even Mrs. Shinde has not seen her to do so. Advocate Roy also examined Sushil and his employers as defense witnesses. Finally, it was found that Mrs. Shinde's son and his friends were the part of a gang and the chain was found there. 1 year passed in this whole process. Now the judge hears the testimony of all the witnesses and declares Shanti innocent. The judge ordered police to return rupees 10,000 to Shanti. He also acknowledged that S.I. Rao has conducted a shoddy investigation and a big mistake has done by him.
So, after hearing this story, children, you observe the role of the following people like police, public prosecutor, defense lawyer and judge in the whole process. Let's consider the role of police. The first function of the police is to register FIR, that is First Information Report. F stands for first, I stand for information and R stands for report. When FIR is going to be registered, police start investigation and collect information and evidences. If evidences process prove guilt against the accused person, police file charge sheet in the court and after that he is going to arrest the person. The main duty of the police is to maintain law and order. So, it is also the responsibility of the police that no discrimination, riot should take place with the people and finally the problem is settled. So children, in this way you have seen that police is only responsible for collecting information and evidences while investigation. He is not supposed to decide whether the person is guilty or innocent. Okay? Now we will go to consider rule of law, which says that all are equal before law. It means that no discrimination should take place on the ground of religion, caste, gender or any other issues. Here are some guidelines by our Honorable Supreme Court which a police has to also follow, or when any officer is going for the investigation, he is responsible to follow these guidelines. This is, the police officer is not allowed to torture, shoot or beat during investigation. So it is important to understand when such type of thing is going to take place during investigation, it means that this is the violation of law which police officer is not supposed to do. Beside the guidelines of the Supreme Court, some of the fundamental rights have been guaranteed under Article 22 and criminal law to every arrested person. These are as follows. First is right to be informed. Under this, a person is supposed to inform during the investigation and when he is going to be arrested by the police officer. The second one is right to be presented before a magistrate within 24 hours of arrest. It is the duty of the police to present the accused person or arrested person before the magistrate within a day or given time. The next one is right not to be ill-treated during custody. You have also observed under the guidelines of the Supreme Court that police officer is not supposed to torture or to give any kind of corporal punishment to the person whether he has committed the crime or involved in the crime during police custody as well as during investigation. The fourth point is concessions made in the police custody cannot be accepted. These evidences or information or any type of other document which have been collected during investigation, all these are not acceptable. The last point is a boy under 15 years of age and women are not supposed to sent into the jail or to keep into the custody of the police only for the interrogation.
So student, here you studied some fundamental rights which can be exercised by an arrested person. But beside the fundamental rights under Article 22, Honorable Supreme Court of India has also a specific requirement and procedure that the police and other agencies have to follow for the arrest, detention and interrogation of any person. These are known as the D.K. Basu guideline, and some of these are as follows. First is clear identification of the police. Under this, the police official who carry out the arrest or interrogation should wear clear, accurate and visible identification and name tags with their designation. As in the story, you observe with the name of police officer Mr. Rao, sub-inspector was added. That shows his designation. Memos and attesting. Under this, a memo of arrest should be prepared at the time of arrest and should include the time and date of arrest. It should also be attested by at least one witness who could include a family member of the person arrested. The arrest memo should be countersigned by the person arrested. It is done so that transparency can be maintained between police and the arrested person. Third is relative and friends to be told. Under this, the person arrested, detained or being interrogated has a right to inform a relative, friend or his well-wisher. When a friend or relative lives outside the district, the time, place of arrest and venue of custody must be notified by police within 8 to 12 hours after arrest. Law assistance. The arrestee may be permitted to meet his lawyer during all the questions or interrogation, though not throughout the interrogation. All these things takes place so that transparency between arrested person and police can be maintained and the fundamental right should not be suffer or violated. The next important point is First Information Report or FIR. Here you have seen that police start investigation just after the registration of an FIR. It collects evidences and other information which is necessary to find out for against the person who has committed crime. Some of the important things which should mention on FIR, that is the date, time and of place of the offence, details the basic fact of the offence including a description of the event. One thing is also noticeable that the FIR also states the name and address of the complainant. It is important when first step start just regarding the criminal justice system. There is a prescribed form in which the police register an FIR and it is signed by the complainant. The complainant is also having the legal right to get a free copy of the FIR from the police. Again, it is going to show the right of the people and all the things should be transparent.
So students, in this whole video, we have discussed about some of the important points. These are as follows. What is a crime? We studied that violation of law is called crime. The second point, a fiction of theft, that was based on the stealing of gold chain. The third, Article 39A. Under this, we studied that if a person is unable to hire a lawyer because of poverty and other disability, the state is responsible to provide him or her to a lawyer. The next point we discuss, that is the role of police. In that we discuss that how police start investigation, collects information and other evidences and also arrest the person and send him or her to the police station. The next point we discuss, that is the guidelines of the Supreme Court and Article 22 and criminal law. In that we discussed that what a police is expected to do or what are the fundamental rights have been guaranteed to the arrested person. We also discussed some of the guidelines of the D.K. Basu guideline, or you can say that the guidelines known as the D.K. Basu guideline. It is related to the function of police which a police officer is expected to perform during his duty. At the last we discuss FIR, that is First Information Report. This is the first step which takes place and after that only investigation or the other process start. So in the next video children, we will just discuss about the role of public prosecutor, defense lawyer, judge and what is a fair trial. Till then, stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you.